Hello everyone, this is VJose32 back again, and it's time for some more Kickstarter reports. There's quite a bit going on. Let's get right into it. First of all, the bicycle bacon lovers from Collectible Playing Cards, which in case I didn't mention before, I'm pretty sure I have. They did change the back design. It looks like a rider back, except that it has pigs instead of angels, or pig angels if you will. It's just a little bit weird, a little bit lazy, a little bit cheesy. But then again, the whole deck is kind of cheesy. Right now, it is almost halfway funded with 15 days left. It's struggling just a little bit, and we'll get into that a little bit more in a few minutes. Back on Kickstarter, once again, the Federal 52 Knockoffs, the Treasury Series, Part 1, Nationals and Legal Tender. That is a hell of a lot of green. I don't know if you can see that or not. But that's a lot of green. They got some weird ass spade pips. And they're looking for $30,000. I think there's like 2 different decks plus limited editions, if it's anything like the previous campaign. Looks like they have one-way back designs on some of it. And currently they don't even have $1,000 yet. It's not going anywhere. This guy has not learned, and it's just going to fail again. Thank goodness. And 37 days left. I mean, it's okay if you want to create a deck of cards with a similar theme, or with a money theme, or whatever, as a Federal 50, like a similar theme to the Federal 52s, or a similar theme to another deck. But if you're going to do it good. Do it right. Don't just come up with something mediocre just for the hell of it. The Old Bones playing cards, which I've been mentioning for a while now, 12 days still left in that one. They need about $600 and they're funded, so it should be funded anytime now. Then another new deck is called the Bicycle Disruption. It is from Collectible Playing Cards. Yet another deck from them. They've had like 10 in like a month now. It's ridiculous. Well, not a month, but I mean they always have like 2 every month. It's ridiculous. It's too much. It's overkill. This one only has a goal of $5,000. It seems like every one they launch is going down and down and down. Why? Because they're getting less and less backers. Why? Because way too many decks. Every time their campaign gets to about 15 days left, they're launching another one. People can't even catch their breath before they launch another deck. People's wallets are hurting. They're going into debt with playing cards, and these guys just keep pumping out decks one after another before they even finish one campaign, one project. I mean, it would not be so bad if they waited until one project ended before asking people for more money on another project. But they don't even do that. They used to. Now it's 15 days into the first project, they're launching another one. As soon as the other one ends, they'll launch another one. I know they were saying they had about 12 decks to release this year. Hopefully, it's getting to the end because it's just ridiculous. And I'm out. I'm not backing anything else from them because I just can't afford it. I don't know if anyone else can keep up with all these decks that they keep pumping out, but not me. I'll get them later on the website if I really want them. And I'll combine shipping. It'll be even cheaper. Alright, we'll move along. I apologize for ranting, but I'm getting tired of their crap. They don't care at all about collectors, apparently. If they did, they would stop pumping out decks every 2 weeks, and they would put more effort into them. Or buy designs that are better instead of buying crappy designs just for the benefit of putting them out there and selling them. Anyways, moving along. The Bicycle Paisley deck. 18 days left in that one. Almost halfway funded. It's going a little bit slow. The Blackout Kingdom deck from Gambler's Warehouse. Very close to funding. They need less than $1,200. With 22 days left, it's going to get funded. Cross Circuit playing cards, which has a robot theme. 20 days left. They're only looking for $1,900. It's going to be some no-name printer. And they're only at $600. That's not even a third away. Time will tell if it gets funded. It's a little bit early for that. Nothing But Suits playing cards. Not getting any funding. 10 days left. They need 9,000 pounds. They're only at 2,400. It's just not looking good. Then there's the pop art playing cards, which is very colorful. The back design has 3 or 4 different colors. I don't know if you can see it in there or not. I don't know if I showed it to you already, but you can see it in there. It's all sorts of colors. The faces, different color per suit, and they have borders on them, which is weird because they got white borders on the back design. It just, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of it. That one, they're looking for $5,000. They only got a couple $100 with about 22 days left, so it's not looking good. Mythic Chibi playing cards. It's got an anime type look. 23 days left. They're halfway there, pretty much. May or may not get funded. Bicycle Golden Spike. Funded. That one is funded, and there's still 23 days left. I do recommend checking that one out for sure. Lost Racks playing cards. Forget about it. 7 days left. They're only at $2,700, and they only need another $36,000 in order to get funded. Yikes. It's not going to happen. Way too high of a goal. Neverland playing cards. 12 days left, and that one is funded. You might want to check that one out. It's pretty cool. Peter Pan inspired. Then there's the Songs of Experience playing cards, which is just a kind of a weird name and a weird theme. 26 days left. It's almost funded. They only need a couple $100 more, $2,000 goal. It's by a group called No Reply Design, which recently put out the Royal Dinosaur playing cards on Kickstarter. That one also funded, and again was also kind of weird. Then there's the Bicycle Definite playing cards, which is definitely not doing very good so far. Pun intended. It's pretty interesting. The back design is not bad. I don't know if you can see it or not. I apologize. It's not the greatest thing here, but it is what it is. The back design is not bad. The court cards, a little cartoony, and they all tell you what the suit is right on the image of the court card. Like this one says spades. There's no pips in the corners like usual, but it says spades in the middle. Like, you can't tell what it is by looking at the index. 42 days left in that one though. $17,000 is the goal, which seems a little bit high for a single deck of cards. And they only got 1,300 so far. Another new deck that just launched is the Stars and Spades. Right there. That's the guy, his face. The back design has a starred spade combination. Very similar to Madison Rounders, just with a different logo, basically. Some people might not like that. Faces are custom. They got custom code cards featuring different magicians. All the queens are different images of Magic Babe. I forget her entire name, but she's the Magic Babe. She's from Asia. She's pretty hot. And they have pictures of her on the project page in lingerie, which is pretty interesting. They're looking for just over $12,000. They've got 1,000 so far, 29 days to go. He's been putting it out everywhere. He's been promoting it for weeks, so he's doing a good job with that, but some people may or may not like it. Either way. The interlaced playing cards, those are doomed. 7 days left. They need $28,000. They're currently at $5,000, which is like, what, not even a sixth of the way. It's pretty bad. Jet Setter playing cards, they've been promoting their product a little bit, and they've changed it or confirmed the back design. It looks kind of like a Diamondback pattern with airplanes. And 16 days left and now we're looking for $12,000. And they need about $10,000 more right now at this moment, so it's not looking too good. The Bicycle Colonial Unrest by Robert Tomlinson. 23 days still left on that one. They only need about $4,000. It should get funded. I'd be surprised if it didn't. The Bicycle Ira Ice Redux, which is a relaunch of a previous deck. Not doing very good. 13 days left in this one. They are close to getting to $5,000, but they need $16,000 in order to fund. So they are almost a third away. They maybe got $1,000 in the last 2 weeks, which is not a whole lot. It's been very, very slow, and I don't think it's going to get funded again. The Bicycle Coat of Arms and Dark Ages decks, they're still looking for $27,000. They're still at just over $12,000, and they only have 7 days left. It's not looking good unless they get some major boost in funding this week. They're not going to make it. Then there's Forever Neon, which is a retro-styled, neon-colored deck of cards with black faces and bright colors. 24 days still remaining in this one. They're looking for 2,000 pounds. Currently, they are at just over 700 pounds. It's too early to tell what's going to happen with that one, especially with such a small goal. Crazy Dogs and Crazy Cats playing cards by Diane Tomlinson, the wife of Robert Tomlinson. 10 days left in that one. They're looking for $1,500. They are almost halfway there. What happened to my lighting here? I apologize. The sun disappeared for some reason. Anyways, I'm still here. Crazy Dogs, Crazy Cats deck, like I said, almost halfway. 10 days left. They're not looking for too much money. They may or may not get it. Time will tell. Celtic not playing cards. Not going to happen. 20 hours left, and they're still about halfway to their goal of $3,500. Underground playing cards, Diamond Edition. 20 days left. Looking for $9,000. They are at about $2,000. Not going to happen, I don't think. It's just not a very attractive deck. And standard court cards all the way, which is just standard face cards all the way, which is just pretty lame. The Gorilla deck is back. The previous campaign did not quite make it. It was canceled at the end. It's been relaunched, Bicycle branded instead of being printed by Expert Playing Card Company. $12,000 goal. Right now they're at about $5,000. 27 days still left. They urge you to get Gorillafied. And you can do that right now on their project if you want. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of it. It's okay, but I'm just not a huge fan of it. 27 days left though, so it should get funded, I think. Although last time it didn't. And I think it was a similar goal. Get Made. Monster themed playing cards. 11 days left in that one. They've already at $45,000. They're well funded. And that is a result of having all sorts of weird add-on items like humidors and 3 different decks, each with a limited edition version, which is just a little bit overkill in my opinion for one project. Actually, it's way overkill. One campaign on Kickstarter said have no more than like 2 or 3 decks. Period. When you're doing 2 or 3 different decks, you don't need limited editions of each one. Or any of them, really. It's just way overkill. And there's definitely lost some backers because they did this in this one and they did this in their previous project for the Viking deck, where there's just too many decks, and people like to collect. When they buy it, they want each one. Well, when you start pumping out 6 different decks or 6 different boxes, it gets really expensive and they say pass, and that's not good. You don't want people to pass on your project. I mean, they got lots of money, they don't care, but in my opinion they shouldn't put out so many decks. And it was a turn off for me as well. If they had only had 1 or 2 decks, a limited edition would have been fine, but once they start adding limited edition for each deck, and you get the 6 decks, I passed on the limited edition decks right away, and I'm sure I'm not the only one. And some people, like I said, are passing on the entire thing. Then there's the bicycle Rongo, which, I don't know, appears to have 3 different decks now. They got a gold one, which I think has gilded edges, a black one, and apparently they still have the standard blue. They're only looking for $13,000. 32 days still left. There's $5,400 funded right now. So they're getting close to the halfway mark, but they're not quite there yet. They still have plenty of time. It probably will get funded, but I don't know for sure. What I do know is that they're not going to have enough money to print 3 different decks, if that is their goal. 3 rings playing cards. I mentioned this one before. It's dead. 17 days left. They're looking for $13,000. They haven't even been able to hit $700. It's just ridiculous. Hopefully it sends a clear and strong message that their decks are just not very attractive. Here's a new one called the Rents and Rodent playing cards. It's got a kind of a green and black box, but the cards look orangey. They have a diamondback type pattern. I don't know if you could see that or not. No idea what the faces look like. 29 days left. It looks like it just launched. Currently it's got 5 backers, which is not good. $15,000 is their goal, and they only got 115 so far. I'll keep you posted on that one, and I will look into it a little bit more myself. The Black Book Manifesto playing cards, I don't know if I mentioned it already, the latest one from the Uncommon Beat, the Black Book of Cards, sorry. Looking for $20,000. They are at $17,000. 42 days remain. Way too long of a project. I am tempted to cancel and just pledge in a month from now because it's just ridiculous, but I got a nice low pledge, so I'll just keep it. But I hate it when projects just go on and on and on. 45 days or 50 days, whatever this project was. I guess 45 days is just way too long. 15 days is enough for this one to fund. 30 days is more than enough. 45 days is just getting a little bit ridiculous. Let's keep these projects short and simple. Then there is pixel cards, which are plastic pixelated cards. Apparently this guy has another deck out. Small problem with this one, they decided to use tally-ho fan back designs, and that's a copyright issue, in my opinion, because obviously USBC owns the trademarks to tally-ho back designs, just like they do any bicycle back designs that are theirs. So that's a major no-no, in my opinion, and it is not very appealing to me anyways. 28 days left on that one. They're looking for $9,000. They're at $1,000. Don't know if it's going to happen. Too early to tell, but I just don't really think it is. The Van Gogh playing cards, even with a blonde model on their project page, that has nothing to do with the deck of cards, from what I understand, is still sitting at $5,000. A further away, they need $15,001. 8 days left. It's just not going to happen. And that is that. The Physique was funded, in case I didn't mention it. Classic Monsters deck was funded. I'm guessing the Demon deck limited edition version was funded as well. I haven't seen that lately. It was a very short campaign. That's that. Anything I didn't mention, the Voyager decks were funded. Anything I didn't mention, it was either funded or whatever. I think that is all I've got. There is, there is a new Empire deck launching on Kickstarter on Monday. It's called the Bloodlines, and it's from Kings and Crooks playing cards, which is Lee McKenzie, who did a whole bunch of Illusionist decks. And of course, he had the previous Empire deck as well. And this one looks just as nice as the other one, although we haven't seen much of it. And it should be good. I look forward to it. And I think that's all I've got. I will see you next time.